guys, I hope everybody is having a lovely Saturday. It has been a minute since I've made a good video, and I am back with a bang. And I've got a video to make that is probably not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and it might piss some people off, especially some women. But it's some shit that's really needs to be talked about, and it's real. Like, women need to get real, and a lot of it has to do with trends I'm seeing on social media directed towards women and young women and women of all ages that are absolutely disgusting, and they are backward, and they are counterproductive in teaching women to stand on their own 2 feet and to be good contributing members of society, and to actually really value and love themselves, and to really be authentic and share their authenticity with those around them, which is really the key to success. And to learn and grow. Instead, social media is teaching women how to play tricks and how to fake it through their everyday life to be something, to fit into a popular culture that is disgusting and not good enough for us. We can do better, ladies. We can fucking do better. So anyways, I've got points to keep me on track, but I'm a little emotional about this, so I'm going to need those points. And I want to show you as well. I had one of my dear friends who I actually met on Instagram, I believe, years ago. And he made an order from my daughter's store and ordered me my logo, my YouTube logo, some merch, because my daughter has a store online and she ships internationally, and she makes clothing, she makes cups, as you can see. This one does hot and cold, whatever, but and she makes them custom. I'll put the link to her Instagram, and that has her store stuff, her store links on it. If you're interested, if you want to order anything, she does ship internationally. You get everything within 2 weeks. She's super fast and efficient, and she's good at what she does. But yeah, so thank you to Ryan, because I love them and they're beautiful, and I'll call you after. But anyways, to the video, here we go. So ladies, we are not each other's enemies, first of all. So social culture puts women against each other in every possible way. From in corporate situations, social media, 100%, it encourages comparison among women. It encourages comparing our lives, our looks, our beauty routines, comparing the products we use to like good products and value products, and high value women versus low value women. And I mean, sometimes what they advertise as high value women are more about affluence and how much you have, and as opposed to who you are. And your value is based on who you are and what you do with who you are, not what you have. I'm sorry. So please keep this in mind. We are not each other's enemies, and we should never compare ourselves to another person or another woman, because we all have different gifts. I've talked about this before. We all have different opportunities for improvement, and we all have to just do our best every day. And if we all concentrate on doing 1% better every day, then we're doing our best, and that is enough. So that's all we have to say. And someone else's best might look better, but don't forget, looks are one thing and what's real is a whole different thing. So don't forget it. Number 2, if someone doesn't respect you, walk the fuck away. You teach someone to respect you from the very moment that you meet them. That sets the tone for the whole relationship, the whole friendship, the whole thing. Here's another trend I'm seeing on social media. A lot of this is social media related. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking what I'm seeing, ladies and gentlemen, especially on TikTok. Women, for example, if a man, what's happening on TikTok, if a man treats her badly, TikToks are now literally saying, oh, she wasn't in her divine feminine energy, and that's why the man treated her that way. You cannot control how someone treats you, but it is 100% within your control how you respond to how you're treated. And whether or not you're in your divine feminine energy has nothing to do with how someone treats you, because everybody deserves to be treated with respect, no matter who they are, whether they're feminine or not feminine. And every man needs to know that. And every woman needs to know that. We have no right to treat anybody with disrespect, no matter who they are, what their socioeconomic status is, what they do for a living, where they come from, what their culture is. No matter what it is, everybody deserves our respect. And if that's a standard, if you make that your standard, that everybody gets respect and everyone deserves respect, you'll respect yourself more too. Because even on your bad days where you feel like you didn't do your best or you could have done better, you'll still have respect for yourself, because you realize that no matter what, everybody deserves respect. And that's the goal, is, if we're talking about self-care and self-love, is to always respect ourselves, and everything else will follow in line. Okay, so 3, TikTok's talking about this is another one, masculine versus feminine energies, which is great, because I studied this years ago, and it's really important if you want to learn a lot about behavior. I mean, it's been studied for years. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars, I believe it was. There's all different gender studies, and hormone studies into the different like hormonal tendencies that are like neuroregulated by hormones between women and men, and it's all very real, and you can learn a lot, and you can learn it yourself. You don't need to go to school to learn it, and a lot of it's really valuable and it's good information to know. However, what's happening is it's very good. It can be educational, and this sort of information on TikTok, I'm glad to see it coming forward, because it is bringing the awareness of it forward. So if people are interested, they can look into it, and it brings value. But that isn't the trend. Okay? The trend isn't using it in a valuable way. More often, we see other women preaching about how we need to be in our feminine energy to find a man to provide for us. Okay? So if you want to be a homemaker as a woman and a stay-at-home mom, and that's your goal, find a man that supports that and that's interested in the same thing in their partner, and that is gold. That's beautiful. That is you achieving the goals you've set for your life. That's the kind of mom you want to be, or the kind of partner you want to be. Good for you. Like, stand up for what you want and go after it. Like, we get one life. Do what you want to do with it. And that's the goal. But the problem is here, that's fantastic. But no one is teaching women while they're doing this, while they're preaching this, to continue to develop their skills while they're a stay-at-home partner. Whether they have, I see a lot of young women preaching being stay-at-home partners while their men are out working and they don't even have kids. Okay, so this is what the trend is on TikTok. This is my life as a stay-at-home girlfriend. This is my life as a stay-at-home girlfriend. All the time I see tons of it, and it's face masks and green juice and yoga and going to the gym and a lot of like pampering oneself, but I never hear any of them talk about intellectual growth, about personal value development, about anything that they can provide for themselves with, and any growing skills should that stay-at-home girlfriend become single, because that man in his masculine energy doesn't want to provide anymore. Okay, so women need to stay at home. If they're going to stay at home, if they're going to be that partner that doesn't work right now, good for you, no problem. I mean, there's times I would love that. That would be fantastic. But, I just haven't found that man. But you know what? You need to always be developing your skills, be always working on improving yourself and your areas of your personality and your character that you can bring value to others. You always want to be increasing your value that you can share and present to others, because you need to keep yourself relevant. Okay? You need to continue to educate yourself. I don't care if it's in underwater basket weaving, educate yourself. Always be growing your mind. Always be keeping your brain sharp. If you don't use it, you lose it, and you need to be able to learn. So if one day you have to go back to a job, you know how to learn a new job again, because your brain, if you don't use it, you lose it. And your brain needs to keep learning to learn how to learn. Okay? So continue to educate yourself, and God forbid, if it doesn't work out, and you're left with nothing, you're able to start over, and you're able to do it with a starting place. Keep your resume. Keep building things that you can put on your resume, even if it's hobbies. Just pick up new ones. Always be learning, always be growing, always be adding value to yourself. And value isn't necessarily a face mask and a good mani-pedi and an electrolyte enriched like protein drink. Okay? There's only so much personal value you can get out of a smoothie. You need to actually do some work and be making sure that you are contributing to yourself and what you have to offer and the value you can give to others, because the value we can give to others is truly where our value lies. It's what we can share and what we have to offer, because that's what will land us on our own 2 feet and get us back on our own feet and able to stand tall and take care of ourselves again, should that super femme masculine relationship fall apart where you don't have somebody looking after you anymore. And TikTok doesn't talk about this. They never talk about this. They just talk about my day as a stay-at-home girlfriend. This is my life as a stay-at-home girlfriend. I've never seen one of these girls do one thing ever once to improve their personal ability to contribute to society. Never. Like, fuck girls, do better. Like, do better. Like, let's teach younger women how to appreciate the life you have right now. Value that. If you have that life right now, value it, appreciate it, enjoy it, appreciate the man that's offering you that. And you know what? He's getting a gift at the same time. He's getting you, and you're a blessing, you're a gift. You have a lot to offer as well. But keep growing. Never stop growing. Never get stagnant. And teach younger women never to get stagnant. Like, use your influence, girls. Use your influence. That's all. Don't build your whole life around a man. This is number 4. You need to be complete independently by yourself, and then you will attract your best partner, okay? So otherwise, you're relying on a man to become someone that will fulfill all of your emotional and all of your needs, which isn't realistic, and it's not fair to a man either to leave all that to a man. It's not his job to fulfill your every single need and to fulfill all the holes you feel you have within yourself and all the gaps. You need to fill those gaps yourself. You need to fulfill your own needs. You need to be able to build your life around yourself and your own value and your own worth and your own accomplishments, and acknowledge all that you are. And then you will attract a man that can appreciate those things. You will add to his life. You will complement him. You will complement each other. It's not his job to fill your cup. It's just not. You have to fill your own. And when you don't do this, you end up not in a partnership, but in dependent attachment seeking relationships. And you can't expect a man to like fill your every need. And to end up in a dependent attachment seeking relationship is the worst thing you can do, because that's how women end up getting taken advantage of. That's how men end up getting burnt out. Women end up being stuck one day without a place to turn and without being able to do it on their own should they have to. And here we go with the most negative TikTok commentary that is going on and that has become popular, and that is, I think, the most damaging to young women, other than advertising a lifestyle of not improving your mind and your personal character and your ability to learn and grow. That's really, really fucking bad. But this, ladies, this is like destructive to the tits. Like, I'm sorry, it's terrible. It's the femme fatale content. There's a few creators, you see them pop up all the time about, they're like always in their fancy dresses and they're like, be a femme fatale, attract the man that will take care of you, and, make him fall in love with you, make him see your worth, make him obsessed with you, make him this, make him that, all about you, this femme fatale bullshit, okay? It's making women believe that it gives them all this power, okay? And that's why women like it, and that's why women fall for it. It makes them feel powerful, but it's a false sense of power, okay? Because do you think men are watching these videos and reading books on all kinds of shit about how to trick and manipulate women? Make her fall in love with you. Make her support you. Make her this and that. Guys aren't doing that, guys. Ladies. Only women are doing this. So what we're talking about is complete manipulation, lying, and trickery to trick a man into wanting us, loving us, supporting us. And how long are we going to keep up this gig? Like, now you're doing all this manipulating and tricking a man into believing you're something that you're not, because these videos are teaching you how to fake it, okay? And it's not being authentic. And now he has power over you because he's authentic, he's being his true self, and you are a representation of a fake character that you've created to make him fall in love with you. So how long can you keep up the games? How long do you plan to keep up the manipulation? And is this a relationship, or is it actually just a game? If a man actually falls for this, and what is it you want in your life? You have to decide. Do you want a relationship, or do you want a game? Do you just want to be part of a character in a game? Or do you actually want someone who loves you and values you for the amazing person that you actually are, and not this character that TikTok's telling you to create to make a man fall in love with you? Newsflash, bitches. A man might love you just for you, because you're actually a beautiful, wonderful, good person in your heart, and you don't need to trick a man and dress up and pretend you're something you're not for a man to fall in love with you. You don't need to be a femme fatale. You might just be fucking good enough all by yourself. And I can guarantee you that you are, because there's someone for everybody, and there are people that value all sorts of characteristics. It doesn't matter if you're fat, if you're skinny, if you're tall, if you're short, if you have disabilities, if you have blonde hair, if you have red hair, if you, whatever language you speak, whatever faith, religion you follow, whatever gender you choose or decide to be, there is somebody that will love you for who you are, as long as you are authentic, as long as you are a good person, and you're always doing your best. Do your best. Do 1% better every single day, and I promise you, you will find someone that values that, and they appreciate that. And women need to be taught that on TikTok, not how to be a femme fatale and make him fall in love. Because if you're you, the right person's going to fall in love. And if they don't, then they're not the right person. And sometimes we don't know what's right for us. We might know what we want, but we don't know what we need. And we have to have a little faith that we'll get what we need. We might not always get what we want, but we'll get what we need. So, and this is, it's almost my last one. One more after this. Don't go into situations feeling like you need to prove your worth. Society and social media portrays women as one-dimensional creatures. We are either pretty or we're smart. We can't be both, okay? So when social media is presented with a woman who is both pretty and smart, you'll see comments. If you read the comments, oh, she's wearing too much makeup, or look at her lipstick, or it must be a filter, or she's probably not that smart. She's probably Googling this. There's no room for women who are both pretty and smart. If you watch and start paying attention, now that I brought it up, when you watch videos, you'll see that there's not a lot of room for that. You'll see nothing but deprecating comments about women who appear to be pretty and intelligent. And you'll see people just comment on what they look like and start to degrade what they look like and make negative commentary, because there's, God forbid, somebody be able to be both. And ladies, we need to teach people that we can be both. We can be pretty and we can be smart. Okay? And there needs to be a movement where we are teaching that we can be more than one thing. No one shames a man for being funny and attractive or handsome and successful, but women can't be both. Social media should be used to prove to society that these expectations of one or the other are wrong. And we don't need to be falling into this trap of being one or the other. We can still be intelligent and still take time to dress nicely and present ourselves well, and still be interested in nice clothes and in makeup and in doing our hair and being our most attractive self, because look good, feel better. You know, when the more if you put, for most people anyway, there's no one rule for everybody, but when you put effort and attention into the outside and how you look, it often makes you feel better about yourself because you put effort into it and you put energy into it, and whatever you put effort into, we tend to value, and we'll feel better about ourselves on the inside if we put effort into ourselves on the outside. So look good, feel better. There's nothing wrong with looking good and feeling good and being intelligent at the same time. And we need to demonstrate a little bit more of this on social media, as opposed to just the pretty girls talking about just makeup. That's, you see, the really beautiful girls, all they do is they do makeup commentary or commentary on glowing up, and that's it. And all they it's a single lens they look through. When there could be a buffet, they could have many interests. Like on my videos, we'll talk about many different things. I'll talk about science. You'll see videos I talk about clothes. I talk about alopecia sometimes. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I have emotions. Like, we are a buffet. We are not one thing. We are multi-dimensional human beings. Everybody is. And it's okay to be that way, and it's okay to show that on social media so everyone recognizes that. And my last and final comment is, social media loves, and social culture loves to make it look like women are done when they're 30. And I feel like it's a pressure put on women to get married, to accomplish everything when you're young, and to do it to be on a clock. And you don't need to be on a clock. You are not done when you're 30. You are not done when you're 40 or 50 or 60. We go through different phases in life where different things become important. But no matter what those different things are, they are just as important to us at the time as what was important to us in our 20s was when we were 20. So you'll still have interests no matter how old you are. You'll still have things that you are in love with and that you love, that bring you joy, that make you happy. They might be different things, but they'll make you just as happy. They'll bring you just as much joy. You might change your taste in men, but you know what? That different type of man that you're now interested in at 30 that you weren't when you were 20 will still turn you on just as much and make you just as excited and give you butterflies in your tummy when you're around him, just as much as you did when you were 20 years old. So don't feel afraid. Don't feel like you're on the clock. You're not on any clock. You're on your own clock. Take your life as it comes. Do your best every day to grow a little tiny bit, one thing at a time, every day, 1%. And don't let social culture and social media pressure you into anything. Don't pretend you're something you're not. Don't be fooled into tricking people and manipulating people to make other people like you. People will like you because you are you, and if you're authentic and you're truly yourself. And that is it for my video, guys. I didn't feel like making it the other night. I didn't have it in me, but today I got it in me. And if you stuck through to the end, thank you so much. I am so grateful. And even if you didn't, you won't hear this message, but I'm grateful anyway, even if you clicked and gave me a chance, because I appreciate people who take chances. And if you disagree with any of my comments, guys, please comment, criticize me. Just please don't make them insulting and irrelevant. Make them like valuable, insightful, like critical, like good critical comments that, you know, I can communicate with and I can understand or look back. I've taken down videos recently because I've received comments and it made me think, you know, maybe that video wasn't the best thing to post. I didn't think about the population that might take it in, and it might not be beneficial for them. So I've removed my video, and it was because of not negative comments, but comments that have been critical of some of the content. And I appreciate that because I need that. Everybody needs to be called out sometimes, and I don't mind if you call me out. And the positive ones, I love them too. They make me feel valued and appreciated. So thank you. And don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And I will see you guys soon. Don't do what TikTok says and everyone on YouTube says. Do what your heart tells you you need to do, and what your mind tells you you've learned, and you do know better. We know better, ladies. We're smarter than TikTok. We're smarter. See you soon.